You know gangsters? I know gangsters. But do you know gangsters with machine guns? Well, I hope you don't, because you should probably go to the police. This is Machine Gun Kelly. No, not this one. This one. George Kelly Barnes, aka Machine Gun Kelly, was born 18th of July in 1895 in Memphis, Tennessee. He was raised in a reasonably wealthy home, yet had complications within his childhood relating to a strained relationship with his father and his mother's early death when he was just in high school. Barnes' first sign of trouble began in school, where he participated in bootlegging, which is the crime of trading smuggled goods. After a run-in with police, he was forced to head west and change his name to George R. Kelly. Kelly soon met a woman by the name of Catherine Thorne, known for being quite the criminal herself, and for purchasing Kelly his first machine gun, hence the nickname. It is believed that Catherine was the main inspiration for Kelly's future bank robberies, which of course involved his trusty machine gun. In July of 1933, Kelly and Catherine devised a plan to kidnap Charles F. Urschel, a wealthy oil businessman. On July 22nd, at the Urschel mansion, where Urschel and his guest for the day, Walter Barnett, were playing a game of bridge, Kelly reportedly stormed in with his gun and proceeded to shout about blowing everyone's heads off. According to the reports, Kelly couldn't tell which one of the men were Urschel and instead decided to kidnap both. Makes sense. After speeding away, Kelly eventually found Urschel's ID on him and decided to rob Barnett of his lonesome $51 and left him on the side of the road, whereas Urschel was held for ransom for $200,000. Urschel's family did pay the ransom and he was released as promised 8 days after he was taken. Kelly was caught due to the wits of Charles Urschel, as he was able to remember almost every specific detail about his kidnapping and was able to identify his kidnapper quickly and efficiently with the help of the police. Just 2 months after the ordeal, both Kelly and Catherine were arrested. They were taken to court where they pleaded not guilty to their crimes, yet were found guilty by the judge and both sentenced to life in prison. Yet, Catherine was released in 1958 after serving nearly 25 years. When police proceeded to bang down the door of the couple's home, Kelly shouted the words, "Don't shoot, G-man, don't shoot," now known as one of his most famous phrases and something he is most known for. George Machine Gun Kelly died of a heart attack at Leavenworth Penitentiary on the 18th of July, 1954, ironically on his 59th birthday. Possible signs of the cultural transmission theory, aka how beliefs, values, and behaviours are passed from one person to another, often through generations? I think yes. Kelly most likely committed most of his crimes due to the cultural transmission theory, as he grew up with an emotionally abusive father, who Kelly often blamed for his mother's death out of spite. He later went on to participate in bootlegging, as many of his peers convinced him to do so, and he proceeded to rob banks and kidnap people, all inspired by his wife. I believe Kelly demonstrated signs of being a sociopath, as he didn't quite express signs of emotional detachment and very manipulative behaviour. Yet, he did show signs of struggling to form genuine relationships, aka his father, and he did seem to slightly believe that what he was doing was wrong, as it was his wife that convinced him to continue on with his crime. All in all, Machine Gun Kelly committed most of his crimes due to the psychological manipulation of not only those around him, but of his own mind, and the ideology he gave himself of getting away with his crimes, something that many criminals have today.